was still violated through intimidation.
I can't quite hear him. Be quiet up there.
He was read his Miranda rights, and then he requested an attorney, and then he was still being questioned after requesting an attorney.
So
That violates his Fifth Amendment right, his Sixth Amendment right,
he was
and his
never under
Miranda rights.
arrest. That's the
But
thing. He was never under arrest.
he was still detained.
Yeah.
Okay. But do you have any more questions for clarity?
That Judge Elisa.
Oh, look at that ass. I
Oh, thank you.
was talking to her.
Oh,
Yeah.
am I not gonna
Because he requested
look
an attorney.
compared to you, to him and me?
Yeah.
Like, look at the ass.
Overdue.
His is flat.
I mean, he was still being questioned after. So when a suspect invokes their right to remain
spectate, to
silent,
be honest.
typically by requesting a lawyer, law enforcement is
So,
required to immediately cease questioning. They didn't immediately cease questioning. They kept on questioning, and then they threatened to take him to prison.
It's okay, Hubs. You got this.
The body cam, yeah.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. The subpoena never stated that rights were violated. It's right here. It's just intimidation used by officers, pain and suffering, and loss of work.
I mean, it still happened though. It happened through intimidation.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't clarified in your subpoena for officers, for the lawsuit.
I don't see how that makes a difference.
I mean, it completely changes the entirety of the civil suit. You're talking about federal rights being violated versus officers potentially intimidating your client.
Yeah, they intimidated him by violating his rights.
Here, Elise, let me hand you the subpoena, please, and you take a look at it. If that's the case we're going forth with today, I don't feel like it's fair to have a trial today.
He was intimidated because his rights were violated. His distress and psychological damages were due to the imprisonment threatening, and I mean, it all stems from having his rights violated.
It was never stated clearly in the subpoena that this is what we are attending trial today for. The subpoena clearly states is that there was intimidation by the officers, and then psychological trauma and loss of work.
Yeah, I mean, all that did happen. It's all on body cam. He
Yeah, I
was
know, but
intimidated.
the focal point would be that his rights were violated. That's the focal point of the lawsuit, and it was never made aware until about 3 minutes ago that that's what he was suing over.
Yeah, I know, Chris. It's same here. I feel you.
With beans or no beans?
No beans.
I
No
believe he
beans.
changed his name to James
Yes.
Gotti.
No
I don't know,
beans.
some time ago.
No frijoles.
No friole.
With S.
Speaking of which, I got chili to eat.
Ew.
What? You don't like chili?
That's a lot of beans.
Not a lot of beans.
You know what
It's
you like? Chili bourbon.
actually, no lie, pretty good. I got like Tex-Mex, you know? You ever had that?
Yeah. The American
Pretty good.
version of Mexican food, basically.
No, it's like Texas style, so it's like super hot.
Yeah, that's good shit, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear, you broke up for a second.
Homemade too.
Well, his, I mean, the officers use intimidation. He,
It's
yeah,
in there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. With my defense, yes, because we're coming forth with it with the evidence that he wasn't suing for any of his rights being violated, but more or less that he was intimidated by officers, and that changes the defense's approach entirely.
Well, I mean, he was intimidated because his rights were violated.
And that's not how it was worded to me when you handed me the subpoena, and we've communicated it for the past couple days. So,
Well, I beg to differ. I feel like I made that clear, but
I mean, not once did we discuss about rights being violated. You said his main issue was at the end with Officer
Welcome.
He threatened to take him to jail, and then
yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest part of this. I mean, I would say that the biggest part of this was that he was threatened to go to jail after asking for an attorney.
and you, yeah, it's all in the
Part
body.
of the body cam.
Man, I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't this. Yeah, I thought this was gonna be like some Judge Judy shit.
I thought it's gonna be like that too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Uh,
public hearing, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like a
this is
normal trial
this is a
proceeds
hearing.
on microphones so everyone can hear it and not at the bench.
Yeah.
Like this is literally like some like corporate espionage shit. They're just
This
being like
is
at the bench and said this is not a trial, yo.
it's more something, you know, you go to like a little office, guys, you know, and talk about it there.
I mean,
I
I don't mind
guess,
moving
but they did say that this did not need to be a judge trial. They're just deliberating, and it should be actually in a separate office if you're doing a non.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sorry that it
absolutely.
was vague to you. So
It's so fucking odd.
Typically, it would be a mediator in some back office somewhere, not in the courtroom. It's like, hey, so how can we mediate this so we don't have to go to trial? We'll see what happens.
understand that. But we're going from
Man, I
the
can't
reasons
wait for my
the
trial.
lawsuit today being intimidation by officers.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be
It's gonna
fine.
be fun. Yeah.
I happen to know a good lawyer. It'll be all right.
That's what I'm getting at. Is just
Hey,
when
hey,
we're,
yeah, just a
when
real
we're
sweet
talking
lawyer.
about coming to court for a certain thing, we need to make sure that
Yeah,
we're doing it for
kind of
correct
hot.
reasons.
Not gonna lie.
We come forth with the main reason here, which his rights were violated when he requested for a lawyer.
Before I say this, I do feel that the case can move forward, but I do also want to say I'm new to this, literally everything. So I'm sorry.
I'm new to it too. So we're two
I'm
little
sorry.
babies.
I'm sorry if I messed up, and I'll endeavor to do better in the future. But I still think we should be able to move forward.
We're moving forward. Gil, we're two babies. We'll still learn it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the other tuner.
We are literally just waiting to see what the deliberation is going to be.
I can't hear anything. Can't hear anyone speaking. Someone.
It's very, very soft. Like, this is basically going to be just a judge deliberation between plaintiff and defendant, and we're not going to hear a damn thing.
Could we just ask him to yell the whole time?
No, I don't think we can.
Yeah. You've seen.
We might be able to talk with there though.
He's like, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
you.
like, speak the fuck up. I
I'm
dressed
just
nicely to come
definitely
here.
I am very distracted by the sound of somebody's ass getting smacked.
I'm sorry.
Somebody's
it's a really
ass
nice
getting
ass,
smacked.
okay?
Sorry? Who? What?
I was hearing somebody's ass getting smacked.
Oh.
Sorry.
I have been
It was me.
sexually violated.
That was me.
All right. All right.
I mean, you've seen it like right next to you. I
Look at
think
that
Kai
thing. You
might be a
can't-
little bit horny or something.
You can't tell me it's not nice.
God damn.
Sorry.
You look good in those leather pants.
They're actually
I have to
Egyptian
sit
cotton.
down.
Here, let's rock.
Oh, got you.
I can't give a definite answer on my schedule for the after Sunday.
Bet it's nice in the wash, huh?
Yes.
How the hell do you wash leather pants?
Just one-on-one for a second, quick.
Egyptian cotton. Egyptian cotton.
Very thoroughly.
You know what? Never mind.
Things I may say are not personal, by the way. It's in general.
Gil, are you beefing with us?
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for your patience. I do appreciate you all being here, as this is my very first case as Judge of Alta 4. So, as I am patient with all of you, I'd appreciate if you were also patient with me, as I do have experience, but everybody can learn as well, okay? The court is now in session. We are going to try to do this as quickly as possible out of respect for Jams and Jams' time, okay? My name is Elise Marks, by the way, for those that do not know. And prosecution, you will go first. Defense, you will go second. I will not time you guys on your time. But I will object myself if needed, as well as correct for relevance if I feel needed as well. Does everybody understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Sit down,
ma'am.
James.
Yep.
Understood.
So we will start with opening statements, then we will go to the defense, and then closing statements, okay? These chairs do scuff a lot. I wouldn't even open your pockets sitting in them. I would stand up and do that first. And here's a reminder to please eat and drink so you don't pass out, okay? Okay, so as I said, prosecution, you will go first with your opening statements. I'm going to sit down and listen. If any video evidence is needed, we will join the courtroom in the main city's emails. If anybody has any issues with that, please speak up, and we will get started now, okay?
Okay. Today, we come before you to shed light on a grave violation of my client's constitutional rights that are the bedrock of our justice system. In a society governed by rule of law, we hold our law enforcement officers to the highest standards of conduct. We entrust them with immense power, but we also demand that they exercise that power responsibly and within the bounds of the law. My client, James Gotti, found themselves in a terrifying and unjust situation. They were detained by officers sworn to uphold the law, yet those very officers violated fundamental rights. You will hear evidence that Mr. Gotti requested a lawyer, a simple and constitutionally protected request, a request that should have immediately halted any further questioning. But it did not. One officer continued to press my client with questions, disregarding the clear invocation of their right to counsel. This continued questioning was not only a breach of their Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination, but a profound betrayal of our expectations of fairness and justice. And then you will hear about a disturbing threat made by another officer, a threat that Mr. Gotti would be taken directly to prison. This threat hung over him, casting a long shadow on their right to remain silent, their right to counsel, and their right to a fair process. This violation and threat have had severe consequences for Mr. Gotti. They have had suffered great mental anguish, enduring sleepless nights, and the inability to work due to the psychological distress, and even the fear of sirens, a fear triggered by the traumatic events of that day. As you listen to the evidence and consider the testimony, remember that the Constitution exists to protect the rights of every individual, even those detained by law enforcement. No one is above the law, and our case will demonstrate that Gotti was unjustly denied the protection of their rights. We ask you to hold the responsible parties accountable and deliver justice for our client. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, may I say congratulations? I know we all know you've worked very hard for this position, so
thank you.
congratulations. I'd like to first off, I apologize. With the evidence that we have today going forth, we're going to be able to show that James Ross was
Okay, we can take a brief recess while this officer returns, okay?
Oh,
if
his
anybody
head
needs
popped.
food, water, or has any questions, you can approach, okay? Thank you everybody for your patience.
I will have video evidence if you want to get everyone
That was an amazing
maybe
speech.
loaded in and while the downtime's happening.
During the recess, if we can all join the courtroom in the main city's emails. If anybody has any issues with that, please let me know.
Are y'all gonna sit in a circle and hold hands? And y'all ever do that?
I mate all the time.
Yeah. Like kindergarten, you know, you go around, hold hands.
Ring around the roses.
Hold up, there's some stuff in my head. What's going? What, James?
Just joined the courtroom too, so if there's anything we need to hear there, we should be able to hear it.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
In a couple of weeks, you're gonna be behind the
Mr.
bench
Guilty.
pile. You know that?
What's up?
Oh, but
Have I ever told you how
cool
good you
because
look in
I
that
got,
suit?
No, you didn't.
Oh, wow.
I'm feeling a little intimidated though with that stick on your hip.
Do you know what it was? I forgot to put it in my job locker.
Hey, let the
That's his beating stick. It's fine. It's only
He's
for
a
good
cripple.
times.
Let the cripple be cripple, okay? He's all right.
How you been anyway? You been good?
I can understand
Yeah,
this
okay.
in head.
Hey, James.
Okay, just a reminder,
sit down.
everybody, if you can join the courtroom in the main city email for video evidence, I'd appreciate it. Okay. We will
so
have...
sorry. I'd like to apologize for that.
You were
If
okay.
I'll move to this lovely city. We know how often we all take naps. So that was I apologize, guys.
You can continue.
Are we all good?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Sorry. I apologize about that, guys.
No, you were okay. You were okay.
Anyway, the defense today is going to be able to use the evidence shown forth to prove this, that James Ross, his rights were never violated. The officers were just trying to go through a simple investigation, as sometimes we need to do. So that is it.
Okay. Thank you.
Throwing today.
Do I approach or no?
Approach me or just
Or
where you are?
yeah, where I am.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Continue. Go ahead.
Okay, so I do have video footage to show. So should I start that up?
Yeah. Yep.
Is anyone not in that needs to be in? Defense and judge?
BWC, are you in here?
I'm here.
Okay. Send yes,
I'm looking at the screen.
Everybody is here.
I'm looking. wow.
Okay. I want to cover a few points in this video here, specifically the 40-second mark. So at the 40-second mark, he was read his rights. You have the right to an attorney. And then at the 3 minute 59-minute mark, he was then reminded of his rights. And then I would like to point out the 4 minute 30-second mark. Mr. Gotti said that he would like a lawyer present for the questioning. And then after requesting a lawyer at a minute 4 minutes 43 seconds, he was then threatened with going to prison.
Let that play out though, Gil, to the end, please.
Sure.
Thank you, Gil.
With that said, I would like to call Mr. Gotti as a witness. Or Your Honor, is that okay?
Yeah. Hey, James, can you raise your hands? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I cannot hear you.
Make sure you're shouting.
I say yeah.
Okay. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Jam Gotti.
And can you please briefly describe your occupation?
I am a mechanic and I am a worker at the Oasis and a worker at Life Invader.
Okay. On August 16th, 2023, were you involved in an incident that is subject of this lawsuit?
Yes.
Can you describe in your own words what happened on that day?
They harassed me. They falsely accused me of a crime I did not commit.
And what specific claims or allegations are you making in this case?
I am making. Sorry, can you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
I said, what specific claims or allegations are you making in this case? Why are we here today?
James, we cannot hear you.
Sorry, I don't know why my mic working now. Sorry. Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
You able to speak a little louder, James?
I'm trying to, but a load of people are asleep in my head. My rights were violated.
Okay. When you asked for a lawyer present for questioning, did the officer stop the investigation until your lawyer arrived?
Nope, he kept on going.
Do you believe that the other officer threatened to take you to prison because you requested an attorney?
Possibly. I don't know what was going through his head at the time.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel upset because, like, I can't walk on the street safe, knowing that these officers are, trying to put innocent people in jail for a crime they didn't commit. Make me feel anxious. Make me feel scared to walk out my door every day, to work another day.
Okay. And how has this incident emotionally affected you?
It has affected me in working wise. Basically, I haven't been able to go work at customs. I haven't been able to do any job properly. I haven't been able to leave my house. This is the only time I've left my house is when my friends over there at the back have literally dragged me out of the house because I won't come out. Cause I'm too scared that I'm gonna hear sirens and then or someone gonna be behind me. It's gonna be another cop to arrest me for a crime I didn't commit.
Okay. And have you sought any counseling or therapy to cope with these emotional effects?
Yes, I went to Pillbox. One of my buddies took me to Pillbox to get some counseling.
Okay. I would like to reference that pillbox paperwork that I have in evidence. I will switch my screen to it. And Mr. Gotti, would you say that you have provided a truthful and accurate testimony today to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your testimony. No further questions, Your Honor. Wait. You may be cross-examined, though. I'm not sure.
We would like to cross-examine.
Oh, sorry. I'm new to this.
Mr. Gotti, you able to hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Gotti, how are you feeling today? You doing okay?
I'm a little anxious right now. A little bit.
You mind if I come a little closer? I'm very hard of hearing. It's the tinnitus.
Yeah, as long as you just make sure you keep your weapons away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna step a little closer so I can hear you.
That's close enough. That's close enough.
Okay. Yep. You able to hear me okay, Mr. Gotti, and the court can hear me okay?
Yes. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
All right. I am Mr. Gotti.
Hi.
So I can get this pulled up real quick. My tablet's a little lackluster today. Anyway, Mr. Gotti, so you're claiming that your rights were violated when you requested for a lawyer, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I would like to go back to that body cam, Gil, to about, was it 40 seconds? Mr. Ross. So throughout that body cam, we could see through I don't know where you wear it at, but we could see you rummage through that pocket right there, and we see that firearm.
Okay, but I would like to know how that.
Yeah, the objection relevance.
Relevance because it goes towards the investigation of why officer stopped and talked to Jams, which led to the officer.
How's that relevant to his rights?
Relevant to his right. Well, that's what the investigation was about. Was it not? The investigation was due to him may or may not possibly be firing out of a vehicle, correct?
This is up to Your Honor to decide, not me or you.
Your Honor?
I want to see where this is going, and if it doesn't go where I think it needs to go, then I will strike it from the record. Gil, did you hear what I said?
I heard you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, Jim, so my question for you today is, why didn't you inform officers that you had a firearm on your person?
Because it was
Kinda maybe full of shit. We'll see.
I wouldn't because I didn't commit any crime, and I went down to PD after that interaction, and I came back GSR negative. I had to literally ask a different officer because that one wouldn't tell me because it was irrelevant to.
I mean, the penal code of the city would say being in possession of a firearm while you have a criminal record would be illegal.
Objection. How do we know that's a real firearm?
Okay. So let me just say that this is the cross-examination section. The questions that you're asking to Jams right now can be done in your own section right now you're cross-examining the questions that Gil asked about particularly about his rights being violated. Does that make sense?
Okay, I understand, Your Honor. I thought this was my opportunity to question Jams
No, you're
what
okay.
the defense said.
So we can pick up back where we're leaving off when it's your turn to question Gems, okay?
I understand.
And as of right now, let's just cross-examine the questions that were asked.
Okay. So you feel like your rights were violated, Jams, when you requested for a lawyer and they asked you one more time simply, do you have a firearm on your person?
Yep.
Okay. At one point, did you decide that one sec. Sorry. At what point did you decide that you were going to request for a lawyer? After he's asked you, I believe, over a handful of times.
Because the questions he was asking me had no regard to me, and I didn't commit any crimes at that point in time.
Okay.
And at the point in time, I was on the clock at customs. He could have literally just looked up at customs and see that I am on the clock. And if you go into the customs handbook, you can see that you cannot commit any crime while you are on the clock, or that is an immediate termination of your contract with customs.
Okay.
Even Chris Mitchell will tell you that, because he used to be the manager of customs.
Okay. Well, we have one more question for you today, Jan. Why did you never you never made an effort to contact a lawyer?
I did make the effort to contact a lawyer. I tried to pull up my phone, but the officer wouldn't let me.
Nowhere in that body cam does the officer say you can't have your phone. They did ask you to not be on your radio.
Because if I did try and contact the lawyer at that present time, he would have just told me to end the call.
Speculation. But you can continue.
Nope, I think that's it for the cross-examination, Your Honor.
Okay. Anybody have anything else?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you okay with the skill?
Yeah, I'm done with I'm done with Jams up there.
You can return. And Gil, you can continue with your.
Okay, yeah, I'm almost done here with my side of things. I do want to point out that his Fifth Amendment right was violated. The Fifth Amendment protects a person's right against self-incrimination. When a suspect invokes their right to remain silent, typically by requesting a lawyer, law enforcement is required to immediately cease questioning.
Yes, exactly.
Does UPD have a policy to continue questioning after requesting an attorney?
This is a good fucking lawyer right here.
Good
man.
His Sixth Amendment right was violated. The Sixth Amendment guarantees a defendant's right to legal counsel during critical stages of a criminal proceeding, including during custodial interrogations, such as being detained. When a suspect requests a lawyer, this is considered a clear indication of their desire for legal representation. His Miranda rights were violated. When an individual has been properly informed of their Miranda rights and they exercise their right to remain silent or request an attorney, any continued questioning by law enforcement without honoring those rights can be seen as a violation of Miranda rights. And if you would take a look at the medical documentation, it clearly states that. Oh, you going to the void? Okay. Yeah. It clearly states that he's been suffering from panic attacks, shortness of breath, syncope, ever since the incident on I believe the 16th.
Do we have this full medical document?
Yeah, I can hand it to you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Hell to the yes. That is exactly how you handle that situation.
Sure.
Good fucking
But
man.
with that being said, I'm all done.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes just to read over this. For clarification, this is saying 21.3 times his salary per tick, and his salary is 3,800.
I don't.
Saying his salary per tick plus 3,800.
Yeah, the second thing you said. I'm not really sure what those numbers mean. That's a pillbox thing. I did plug them into a calculator, and I do have that in my closing statement.
Okay, so what you're asking is not this math.
No, that was just something Pillbox put in there, and
Okay.
I can't really speak on that because I don't really know the Pillbox routine. So, but there is the lawyer tools. Well, I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself here, but it will be in my closing statements the damages that we're seeking, and they were all obtained through the lawyer tools and these calculations.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do you have this doctor here today?
No, I believe she is um an early morning resident.
Gonna say, like the entire time, I am not saying any of this. I am jotting it down in a journal. Nobody can use this in their own RP. The lawyer didn't do that. Obviously, he had Miranda right violations lined up in the list of things that they were suing for. But, like, I'm still gonna, like, slash me this whole thing. Like, I'm taking the notes.
Thank you. Would you like this back?
Sure. If you want to make a copy of it later, you sure can.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you said you are done with your...
Yeah, I'm ready for the defense to go and then do closing.
Okay. Defense?
Yes, ma'am.
Your turn.
On my way. All right. I know James has he has to go pretty soon. So I think the defense would like to call James up to the bench.
You are still sharing your
eyes? You still got the remote, Gil. You don't type in P. Don't type in P.
That's a good catch. I'm glad you didn't see my history there.
Yeah, you're good. Anyways, moving on. PwC, you can continue.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Mr. James. I do have a couple quick questions for you today. So, you guys do plan on suing for lost wages, correct, Gil?
Yes.
Now, and that's from the 16th until today, or is this going further than?
It's the calculators.
Okay.
So it's hard to explain. I just use the calculators based on pillbox recommendations, and that's the value we get.
And what was the exact date that he went to Pillbox, Gil? I still have a Nokia, so
The
I'd pull out
19th.
my phone. The 19th, okay. All right, Mr. Ross. So one quick little question. Have you once clocked into work since the 19th of August, the past 5 days? Mr. Jams?
I can't hear him if he's talking.
I'm unable to hear him as well.
I wouldn't talk him.
Anyway, Mr. Gotti, have you worked at all in the past 5 days?
I'm just trying to clear my head. Sorry, I got too much stuff in my head at the moment.
Yeah, please just answer the questions as they're asked.
Yeah, I am. Oh, fuck. I have done. I done some after the 19th. I had to get my hours in, or I would be fired.
So you have worked since the 19th of August.
Or I would have lost my job, and then I have no job.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the customs does have a leave of absence, correct? They do accept those.
I already took my one leave in absence. Already, you can only take one per time. It's one per week.
I mean, I'm sure customs would have allowed you to take it. You're going under, the stress.
I know, but I didn't. I wasn't at my best capabilities. I did a poor job. I wasn't like fully there. I wasn't like really there. I just like I didn't really want to be there. I just basically got my hours in and then left.
So you worked your minimum hours after your original date of going to Pillbox.
Just no, I worked it after I got a pillbox.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. So you have clocked in since after your day of going to Pill.
Yeah, because but I with a poorly job. Even John was asking me, "Is everything okay?" Jams.
Just noting that down here, Mr. Jams. All right, we got that noted down.
Yeah. So I had someone in my head. So I had I just did a poor John. John just said, "Is there something bothering you, Jams?" I went, "Yeah, I just got a lot of stress going on, basically." And he went, "You just do the best as you can. And if you need someone to talk to, just come and talk to me," he said to me. But I tried to do the best as I can. I was rarely there. I wasn't even there. I haven't been in all day today because I couldn't been in. My mental state isn't there today.
I get that, Mr. James. We all have some pretty bad times going on.
And that didn't help. But all I wanted to do was test drive the van, the 700-story van. So because I wanted to buy it to help, because I was trying to do hunting. I was gonna make a meat business, but now I don't know what I want to do because that just made me even worse.
Mr. James, can you name me the days that you worked, please? If memory recalls, that is.
My memory is a little bit fuzzy. I can't remember what I did yesterday. Yeah, I think I clocked in like on.
You with us, James?
Give me 1 second. I got something in my
Yeah,
head.
do you think, brother?
I was with James like basically all week. Like, oh, you can go back over here. You're good. Pretty sure you can. I'm trying to think of the thing, because I was with him. Would I be able to testify?
I am. Am I also hearing the Jeopardy music right now, or is that just me?
I do not hear Jeopardy music.
You don't hear the Jeopardy music like that? Da da da. No,
I
just
hear it.
me. But you hear it too?
Wow, weird.
Might be the tinnitus, Bradley.
It probably is.
I hear a printer.
It's my understanding that only one side can call a direct witness.
Clearly too many explosions.
If it's the same witness.
Sir, do you have a CTE that needs to be addressed?
Sorry?
It's my understanding that only
Dude,
one
I
side.
don't hear
The
anything.
plaintiff can call a direct witness if it's the same person.
Never mind.
They didn't specify any witnesses, so they shouldn't be able to call him as a direct witness. No, he's doing direct examination of my client. Yeah, I put him in as my witness.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were allowed to, question the plaintiff because
yeah, you're allowed to cross-examine. That's when you.
I mean,
when you question
he's
them.
the plaintiff. He's the one suing PD. Of course, we're gonna have questions for him. It's not like we're calling
during cross-examination. I'm pretty. I mean, I'm not a lawyer in head, but from what I know, one side, like if James is my witness, I called him for direct examination. Therefore, you can cross-examine him. But after I'm done, you can't just call him for direct examination.
Okay, I'm back.
And then I cross-examine him again. That doesn't.
Sorry, guy, I'm back.
That doesn't
I
make sense.
I thought he was listed as a.
Yeah, he's my
witness
witness
for both. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that's how that's supposed to work. And we have to both state our witnesses when he already stated that he was going to be a witness to come forth.
Even I don't.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
back.
Sorry, it's okay. It is still my understanding. Only one side can call him as a direct witness, and I already did that. And then you have your turn to cross-examine him.
Your Honor, if I may. Mr. Winchester was put under the impression that he would have an opportunity to question Mr. Gotti later on in the hearing, when he was cross-examining him. His question was put aside. So Mr. Gotti is the plaintiff, no? So you'd be questioned irrespectively.
What's up?
That's the case that I was trying to bring forth as well.
Can I leave?
Yeah, during cross-examination.
Literally just waiting to see what happens. I don't think there's enough defense
Anybody else hear that
based
weird
on
breathing noise?
what the prosecution has provided, or the plaintiff in this case, because it's a civil
It's
case.
just me.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see
Mayor's
what
must be tripping.
Elise's first trial as a judge is like. We'll see. Hopefully soon, because I think James has to go like right now, so hopefully he can get a resolution that he's
I
here
don't
for,
believe
but we'll
so.
see. I don't know.
Sorry. I mean, he's being double questioned. He was cross-examined, and now he's being direct examined. Okay. Same. Sure. Sure. I will I'll see what I can get together for you. Okay.
We'll take a 5-minute recess, please. Gems, you might not be done, so don't get too comfortable. But just while we figure something out on our
Don't get
end,
comfortable.
everybody eat some food and drink so you don't pass out. And yeah, get comfortable. Okay, great.
So we are currently in the middle of a recess, and I can say the actions of the plaintiff lawyer representing Jams has been stellar so far. Like so good. He's done a good fucking job. I don't know if I had anything to do with that. I hope I did, but he did a really good job no matter what. So much love to this guy in the red jacket right there.
I don't think it's a big deal at the end of the day.
I don't know what the defense is going to come back with, but their defense lawyer has not been as effective as conveying the exact legal definitions of what they were defending. Like, there are specific things that they are defending against, and they have not done a decent job of defending against those specific things. Asking random questions about when you asked for a lawyer, this and that, does not negate the fact that certain due process laws, including Miranda rights, were completely disregarded in the videos that were shown. And I know I didn't show it on this recording. I apologize. But at the same time, that is clear. And I'm going to shut up.
To have a direct examination, then across, and then go back to a direct, and then across. So. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm learning our way, so that's fair. Yep. No, let's rock and roll.
We can continue where we left off. Thank you everybody for. Never mind, we're taking 2 more minutes.
Oh, damn.
What?
It happens. Everything port related is very delayed. It's fun.
What happened?
Okay,
Somebody's
never mind.
taking.
We're not taking 2
We're
more
not
minutes.
taking 2 more minutes.
Everybody
Okay, there we
please,
go.
Find your place. Defense, you can continue your questioning. Jams, I'm pretty sure you do need to come back to the stand.
Are you
but that is
shouting at
up
least?
to- Yeah?
Oh, you sound really quiet.
Do I?
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
A little bit, but it's all good.
Anybody get a drink?
I'm testing.
You
1,
want
2,
some
3,
crack?
1, 2, 3,
No, I'm
testing.
just playing. I'm playing.
I don't know if that'd help too much.
Okay, yeah, BWC, you can continue your questioning. Thank you everybody again for your patience.
All right, so we do have it on record that James has been working after his date of meeting with the doctor. Correct? That is on record.
It is on record. Do you have any record of that?
It wasn't
Do
submitted in the
Do you
evidence.
have the record of him being clocked in, or was that just questioning?
It was just questioning.
Okay.
Which he has admitted that he has been
yes,
been
I
at work
was
after the
just,
day.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
All right. Off the top of your head, James, are you able to tell us how long you worked for? I know I asked you, and then you had to went deep into your thought for a moment there.
Is he no longer to be verbal?
No, I can't remember. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, James?
Hey, Your Honor.
Hi.
I may be deaf, but I can read. Can you tell the audience maybe stop grabbing notepads and flipping them around to show to his lawyer what to say? That'd be great.
Did I miss something?
Oh yeah, you got somebody back there with a notepad showing it over there, showing people like relevance and all this other stuff. I can read. I got really good eyesight. I can't hear, but I can see. Eyes like a fucking hawk. Put
I didn't
that
know
on
people
record.
were born with eyes in the back of their head.
Okay. Audience, let's just remain to yourself, please. As long as what they are saying is not being brought to the floor, I'm okay with it. Okay. Jams, this is about you, so you need to figure something out, or we need to close this case.
I want to get it closed as soon as possible because I need to fly
Must
out.
be some kind of goddamn magician to be able to read what I'm writing in a notebook.
Okay, so let's
Literally
we're waiting
RPing,
on you.
writing it in a notebook. I'm not showing it to the lawyer.
He did
Anybody
ask
who was able to RP wouldn't be able to use that, and the
I
lawyer
asked you how long
hasn't.
did
So
you
that's
work?
absolute bullshit.
Oh, you can't remember. Okay, I'm just having a hard time hearing you. That's all, Jan.
Like, you might have eyes like a hawk, but that might mean that you're a fucking metagamer. That's some bullshit. I'm not gonna lie, that was ridiculous.
And it doesn't help I gotta work tomorrow.
Okay, let's remain on topic, please. Next question.
Anyway, James. So the next question we have for you today. It's gonna be: did the officers ever arrest you? Did they cuff you, bring you to MRPD for questioning, or was the last the last altercation you had with them was when Doofy said I'm gonna take you to Bolingbrook? Just kidding. Or was there more that that the officers had a interaction with you with?
There was more offset, but sadly I wouldn't able to get it on body cam.
Okay.
Basically, after that, I said, am I still contained? And he said no. I said, okay, I'm leaving now. And he went, okay.
Okay, but so you were never arrested, taken out to MRPD for questioning, and anything like that, correct?
No, but he threatened to take me a ball and book. That even though he was joking, you shouldn't joke about that kind of thing when you're on joke. You should be what the word? You're meant to be sophisticated. You're meant to not.
Okay, this is hearsay. So let's
Yeah.
move on to the next question, please. Thank you.
Anyway, moving on, Mr. Ross. Sorry, Mr. Gotti, correct? Yeah. Sorry, I know you as Ross. I apologize. So the officers never arrested or detained you. You never got charged for possession. My officer back there, as the body cam did show that Gil played for us on the screen, he did read you your rights, and then he did ask you a second time, do you understand your rights?
And I said that I do.
Okay.
I would like to say that he was detained.
No, we're not fighting that he was or wasn't detained. I'm just making it known that he had knowledge of his rights at the time, that he was able to have a lawyer present for all of it, and that's all. And so the only question that he asked was the same question: did you have the firearm on you? Yes or no? Correct.
Pardon?
That would be the only question he asked after you requested a lawyer.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then when yes, and then after I said I don't want to ask that question. The other officer basically said, okay, but you're going to Bolingbrook.
I mean, a simple yes or no would work, James.
I said yeah.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm not going to bother with the rest of our questions today. I know he has to go. We've been here for a while, yeah, so we're gonna yield the rest of the questions.
Okay. And are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that?
I think we're sure. I think we're sure.
Okay.
I think we're sure. Sure.
Sure. Great.
Maybe.
Okay, I've got a few questions.
Okay, yeah, cross-examination.
Am I allowed to leave the bench here?
No, cross-examination first, and then you could leave.
Okay, sorry, I'm new to all the court stuff.
So Mr. Ross, when you said that you went to work after the incident, were you effective at work?
Yes, I would basically.
No, I said, were you effective at work? Like, did you perform your job well?
No, that is a negative.
Okay. Would you say that you did the same amount of work as you would before the incident?
No, probably less.
Okay, that's all my questions.
Okay. Defense, do you have anything else you'd like to bring?
Not at this time, Your Honor. We're one sec.
So are we ready for closing statements or no?
Plaintiff is.
So I just have one more thing I'd like to just
James,
add
you
real
can
quick.
return to the.
Thank you.
So I just want it to be clear that Mr. Guy has worked since the medical report,
Yes,
irrespective of whether or not he was effective. He claimed
yes,
that he was.
thank you. Gil, do you have anything else you'd like to add before closing statements?
I'm ready for closing.
Okay. You can approach for closing.
Okay. Throughout this trial, we have presented compelling evidence that Mr. Gotti faced a grave injustice on that fateful day when they were detained by law enforcement officers. We have shown that their fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution were callously disregarded. Our client invoked their right to counsel, a right that is sacrosanct in our legal system. It is the very embodiment of due process and fairness. Yet instead of respecting this constitutional safeguard, one officer persisted in questioning Mr. Gotti, chipping away at the foundation of our justice system. But that was not all. You heard the chilling threat of an officer who threatened to take our client directly to prison with no trial. This threat hanging over Mr. Gotti cast a long shadow on their right to remain silent, the right to counsel, and the right to a fair process. This violation and threat has inflicted severe harm upon our client. The mental anguish they have endured has resulted in sleepless nights, an inability to work due to the psychological distress, and a deep-seated fear of sirens, a fear triggered by the traumatic events of that day. Our Constitution, our laws, and our principles demand better. They demand that those we entrust with the awesome power of law enforcement respect and protect our rights, even when we find ourselves on the wrong side of the law. We seek economic damages, which are the quantifiable financial losses that our client has endured due to the defendant's wrongful conduct. First, we seek compensation for lost wages and pain and suffering, as Mr. Gotti was unable to work following the incident, resulting in a loss of $13,338. Furthermore, we ask that you consider non-economic damages, which are the intangible losses that are equally real and equally deserving of compensation. Mr. Gotti has endured significant pain and suffering as a direct result of the defendant's actions, which we believe justifies an award of $13,338. We have read the report from the medical experts who documented the emotional distress and psychological trauma of our client that he has faced since the incident, and we ask that you take this into account. Additionally, we are seeking reimbursement for legal fees incurred during the pursuit of justice in this case. The legal fees incurred amount to $15,000, reflecting the cost of preparing and presenting this case on behalf of Mr. Gotti. Lastly, we request punitive damages to send a clear message that such negligent behavior as demonstrated by the defendant will not be tolerated in our society. While we leave the determination of the exact amount to your discretion, we believe that an award of punitive damages would be appropriate in this case. In total, we respectfully request the court award $13,338 in economic damages, $13,338 in non-economic damages, $15,000 in legal fees, and punitive damages as you see fit. We believe that this is a fair and just compensation for the injuries that Mr. Gotti has endured due to the defendant's actions. In your hands, you hold the power to right a wrong, to reaffirm our commitment to justice, and to send a message that even in the face of adversity, our rights cannot be eroded. We ask you hold the responsible parties accountable for their actions and to deliver a verdict that stands as a beacon of justice in our great nation. Thank you.
Okay. BWC, are you ready for your closing or no?
Repeat that one more time, Miss Elise.
Are you ready for your closing?
I'm not going to be doing the Unified Police Department's closing statement. It's going to be my my prosecutor in training, Tyler Federalis, right here to my left.
Okay.
Okay. Got you. Your Honor, as demonstrated today, irrespective of the damages that have been put forth by the individuals behind me to my left, it has been shown that the
All right, BWC, you're up.
Yo, him and I are the same. It's something about the podium. It's something about the podium, Your Honor. Can we take a look at it?
I think this reflects on the defense's evidence.
Your Honor, can we take a look at the podium real quick? Can we see if there's like some NyQuil in there or anything, please?
I just work here, buddy. Do you want to give your closing statement?
Go to EMS.
No. I promised that he would be able to do it. So I'm a man of my word.
Yeah, his reaction to you saying he was doing it.
Your Honor, does the court have any issue with him being one of the officers in the incident doing the closing statements?
Because all of the prosecution team are officers, and here in Alta 4, officers defend themselves very regularly. The answer is unfortunately no.
Okay.
The court does not care that he is the officer involved. But I can understand your concern, as I had those same concerns.
Okay, well,
Does that answer your question?
You know, yeah, it does. I mean,
Okay.
you know, I'm just learning how things work here.
Yep,
So.
you're okay. You're okay. All right, well, let's see if this gentleman comes back. Are all of the prices that you asked for in this document that I see here?
I believe so.
I think. Can you approach, please? BWC, you're welcome to as well.
Oh. Very faintly. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was from the pain and suffering modifier on the lawyer tools. Yeah. It's ultimately up to you. Yeah, that's what he paid me. Correct. Thank you.
Welcome
I'm
back.
on it.
How was your nap?
Sorry, my sincerest apologies, Your Honor. It will never happen again, I can assure you.
Okay.
It happens again, right?
If I get stuck, yep. Okay, so today I stand before you representing the Unified Police Department and obviously addressing the allegations that me and my fellow officers violated Mr. Gotti's constitutional and fundamental rights that underpin our nation's legal system. In the performance of our duties, we're faced with complex and challenging situations that often require split-second decisions. These decisions are not only guided by the law, but by proportional and necessity and individual rights. Our officers are trained rigorously to make these judgments, to respect the Constitution, and to protect the rights of all the citizens. While we acknowledge this, it needs to be understood that Mr. Gotti was in a position where he had been reported by other individuals and witnesses, and officers did not infringe his rights as a direct result of continuing to ask questions, as they were directly relevant to the situation unfolding before the officers. That's all I've got.
Thank you. I'm going to take some time to review all of this information, and I will come back to you guys with a verdict shortly, okay?
Sounds good.
Thank you, everybody, for your time.
Bradley, I want to join.
Oh.
I was saying you look very nice. It's Doctor, by the way. I haven't seen him in a long time.
I used your exact words. Don't worry. Big, humongous, and then obviously I missed out the last word for professionalism reasons. So don't you worry. I don't know.
I'm a responsible officer. I clock out when
Hello,
I come to court.
everybody. Are we ready for the verdict?
Listen, it's just
Yes.
I like it. All right, pal.
Okay, so after much deliberation from the evidence brought forth from the prosecution and the defense, I am going to award the plaintiff $5,000 in compensatory damages due to that single constitutional right being violated. The reason that I have decided to award $5,000 only is because there is evidence by Jams admitting that he did clock in to work while he was told by the doctor to be on leave. And if he is able to clock into work, which the loss of earnings, all he was asking for was salary payment. Even if you sit there and do nothing, or if you sit there and you work very hard, you're still paid the same salary. So, not wanting, the reason for him working is not, it doesn't add up to the medical documentation, so I will not be awarding loss of earnings.
Can I interject?
Sure.
At the customs, he gets paid per repair, not a salary.
There's no salary.
No.
No, we
It-
get paid per repair, or if a guy comes in to upgrade their car, we get paid for that.
Okay. Honestly, that does not change my verdict.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Because the the medical documentation states that you should not be working, and if you showed your boss that document, that would be a crime to not allow you to take the time off. So with that being said, that is why I'm not granting loss of earnings. But I do understand that the constitutional right was violated, which is why I will award $5,000 in the damages, and only $5,000 because if the medical document was not followed as it should have been, it makes me question the document in itself. Okay. I will be awarding the full $15,000 in legal fees. So that is a total of $20,000 awarded to the plaintiff. Does anybody have any questions?
None from over here, Your Honor.
And no punitive damages will be awarded either. So just to repeat, $5,000 in damages awarded to the plaintiff, $15,000 for legal fees. That is $20,000 total coming from the Unified Police Department. I do appreciate everything that you guys have done today and all of your patience. This was my first case, like I said, and we are all learning as we go. If nobody has any further questions, this court is out of session.
W.
Where's the gavel?
Great job with the lawyer.
If
being a
PWC and
judge.
Gil can stay back for me, please. Bonnie, if you could stay as well.
Yes, hell yes. If we did, so he didn't win a lot off of this, but it's still a good victory, especially because this is what, an hour and a half long. God damn.
Go back to my office and get it signed
All
right now.
right.
Good job, everyone.
I think you guys did a great job. Does anybody have any?
Well, I'm stuck here until Bradley leaves. So.
Hey, what do you think?
Nice. Great job.
I mean, you won.
Yeah.
Great job. Great job, Hubby. Yeah, you did fantastic. Yeah, you did great, Obs.
James, you just have a seat for a second. Wait for everything to be finished up. We'll be good to go. Are we free to leave? Are we good? Or
I don't know.
I believe that's what she said. Aye. But
no? Watch what? No.
1-0
Listen.
to the club.
Good job.
I got to go back up to the clubhouse and fly out, but
Damn.
I'm gonna do the same.
Yup.
Everybody's leaving.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
kind
2
of.
AM for me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've been at this like five-ish hours.
I haven't even. It's been a few hours now. Like, goddamn, it's been a little while.
It's been a few. Yeah.
This is a good time though.
My voice is exhausted.
Today is. I don't know what I get, but today is Hideo Kojima's birthday, so I gotta go do some Metal Gear Solid in my apartment. Some more Metal Gear Solid in my apartment.
Yeah, dude.
And
Which one?
5. I'm doing the Phantom Pain right now.
Ooh. I still gotta finish Rising. I'm at the end scene.
That's
the boss
pretty
fight.
good too. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
I love it.
Yeah, I paid.
It's a good
so
stuff.
I get 20.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'm pretty sure I got Metal
I've already
Gear
paid Gil though.
4 or 3. I gotta play that.
Well, the remastered collection's coming out on apartment PCs very soon.
Oh, they are? When?
That's gonna be some. It's like next month, maybe. I think it's not that long. It's not that long.
Oh man, I'm gonna drop so much.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
correct
Me too.
something.
100%. And then I gotta make a couple of Baldur's Gate videos in my apartment too, because I've gotta finish that.
Yeah. How is that?
really,
much of it.
really good.
Not much of a D&D person. My brother's like huge into D&D. I think he might get that.
Even if you're not a D&D fan, if you're an old school RPG fan, like
Yeah, you like it?
BioWare days, yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
then
dude.
you will like it. Yes.
Ooh. That does entice me.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
way back BioWare fan.
Yeah, if you like KOTOR, Dragon Age Origins, even Mass Effect, you will really,
Oh,
really
I
like.
loved Mass Effect. Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. You will like this game.
Can you open the door,
I'm at
please?
Death Valley.
Okay,
I'm doing a
okay.
great
Officers.
job. Sorry if I was a little assertive or aggressive.
You were okay. I never want you to.
All right. Well, I guess we're about to finish things up. We're all good. Did
We've
you?
already finished. I got
Did
my
he get
money.
his payment?
Yep.
Okay.
I got my money.
I gotta go get food.